much do you know about QAnon, Love, over there in Sweden? You hear about them or not that much?
Well, I just like from our show. That's all I know.
Must be nice, man. What's like the craziest political thing going on in Sweden right now?
Well, we changed to electric buses the other week. That was kind of crazy.
Sick.
That's awesome, actually. Unlike America, it looks like Sweden actually doing something.
Yeah. Well, doesn't like Antifa originate from Sweden or something? Done.
That I'm not sure about.
I don't think so.
Okay, I take that back. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Spain, I think, originally.
Yeah, well, so apparently there's the QAnon movement is still alive. In fact, today they believe that JFK Jr., who died in a car crash many years ago, they believe that JFK Jr. will reappear out of hiding to proclaim Donald Trump the King of Kings. Isn't the King of Kings like Jesus?
Yeah, the QAnon thing has like a very like fundamentalist Christian undertone.
But they think
to all
Donald
of it,
Trump is
so
Jesus?
It's like a remake. It's a 2020 King of Kings.
I don't think that they think that he's Jesus. I think in this particular case, these people thought that JFK is sort of the Jesus-like figure.
Yeah, so where they went to where his dad was, JFK Jr., okay. JFK was assassinated infamously at the grassy knolls, and they gathered there.
Grassy knoll.
The grassy...
There's only one knoll.
Okay.
Conspiracy. One or two knolls. How many knolls were there?
Some people say there wasn't a knoll at all.
Oh, interesting.
So here they are met where his father was assassinated to welcome his second coming of JFK Jr. And this is a substantial
Just to be clear, I believe that they actually thought both Kennedys were going to appear, not just Jr., Senior as well, the one that had his head blown off.
Yeah, the theory is that Trump is still president and John... it's pretty wild. Here, let me read.
Yeah.
So they believe JFK Jr. faked his death.
Right.
The attendees believe that the deceased son of assassinated president will give a Q speech in which he will ordain Donald Trump as King of Kings.
Sick.
By what power... QAnon supporters... by what power does JFK Jr. delegate Donald Trump king?
By nature of the fact that he's died in a plane crash and is come back to life. I mean, if that really happened, I would probably, believe what he said. If he returned from the dead somehow.
Here they are, QAnon at the Grassy Knoll in Dallas. They believe JFK is coming back to make a speech.
Yeah, again, it's JFK, not JFK Jr. Well, I think both. No, yeah, it's the whole Kennedy clan is coming back, is what these people.
Is Oswald going to be there too?
Maybe.
Look at all these fucking psychopaths, bro. This is what Facebook does to your brain.
Yeah.
There's like a legitimate amount of people come here.
I read it was about 1,000.
To await a dead man to crown Donald Trump King of Kings. Look at these people. They're waiting for this. They believe it. It's happening.
It's so scary.
It's scary. This is like total. This isn't even like the best conspiracy theories have like a seed of truth. This is just pure fantasy.
Yeah, it's long since. Not to defend the QAnon people, but I was reading about this, and this is one of many splinter groups. Because like the whole QAnon thing was like at any moment, Donald Trump is going to arrest all the pedophiles and Satanists in government and execute them on national TV. And then when that didn't happen, and he's now out of office, like it's completely fractured into all of these like subgroups that have different beliefs about what's going to happen. So this is one subset of them that has taken to numerology in a big way. And through numerology, they think that they have proven that the Kennedy family is the direct descendants of Jesus Christ.
That's what it is?
Yeah, and therefore that is why JFK Sr. is going to return from the dead for 7 days, sort of like how Jesus rose from the dead for, was it 7 days? I don't remember. However long that supposedly happened. And in that time, anoint Trump as the once and future king or whatever, and basically bring in the end times, which is pretty cool.
What's weird is that the Kennedys were like huge
Democrats?
liberal icons. So it's weird how that. But here they are, a big ass group of these. Look at all these fucking people. These people are voters. These people have families. These people are teachers.
They are engaged, brother.
These people are fleeced.
My Spanish teacher from elementary school posts QAnon stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Dude,
so
there's so
scary.
many QAnon people.
That
This
person
is not
taught
okay.
me. That person taught me when my mind was like moldable.
They
That's
taught
so
your
scary.
ass. They taught you something.
fucked.
Yeah, they
Now,
did.
Olivia.
What do I have to unlearn? Probably so much.
Everything.
What
Well, at least all
what
the
kind of
Spanish
teacher?
learned.
Spanish.
Spanish.
Interesting. He probably doesn't like Mexicans if he's QAnon, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Or immigrants, I should say.
Not
More
necessarily.
Well, I
specifically.
assume he's just racist all around, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're QAnon,
Ignorant.
it's kind of a catch-all of everything bad in the human spirit.
I mean, I would actually argue that these people, even though it is largely centered around Trump, these people
Largely, it's Trump. It's a Trump
No, I know,
cult.
but it's sort of outside of politics at this point. Again, it's more of a religious movement than it is a political movement at this stage for the vast majority of these people. And yeah, I mean, it's not a stretch to call it a cult because from what I understand too, spoiler alert, I don't know if you were saving this revelation, but JFK did not
Dude,
show
why'd
up.
you? I was getting to it,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Why you give the ending away?
I know everybody was probably on the edge of their seat with that one, but yeah,
Yeah,
he did not show.
Did any Kennedy? Caroline Kennedy? Did
I don't think any
Shriver maybe? Marie Shriver, was she there?
The extended Kennedy clan.
Yeah,
perhaps?
apparently there's some confusion about whatever power JFK Jr. has to make Trump king of kings, because like even if he was alive and never died, JFK Jr. was never even elected to office.
Right. Yeah, that poses a problem. But again, that's why I say it's outside of politics, because I think the more important part to them is the fact that they are direct blood descendants of Christ than being president.
Look at all these people, man. No, but they're all Trump flags. It's all. These are people, man. These are people doing your taxes. These are people teaching your kids. It's fucking crazy.
So cool.
There's a lot of them.
Fucking awesome.
We keep going down the line. Kept seeing videos of this. QAnon Trump supporter at Dallas who was waiting for JFK's dead son to appear. Yeah, it's JFK Jr.
Again,
It's all about JFK Jr. Claims that Trump will be back to the White House soon.
November 30th.
again, this is not a unified front, is what I'm trying
It's
to
also all
emphasize.
fake.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's a lot of theories pouring into this.
Here she's saying, I have another piece of information.
November 30th.
November 3rd.
1:30
I
a.m.
believe that has passed. Oh, that's today, so nothing happened.
That would have been early this morning, right? Yeah.
Damn, another lost prophecy.
So they stayed there till fucking 1:30 in the morning.
Well, let's see what she says. 2.5 hours after the concert.
Trump is flying into the
Oh, okay.
White
Trump is
House
going
at
back.
1:30 a.m. Why?
Why? I don't think your information is good.
Praise Jesus.
Why is she holding a dog?
That was Kennedy's dog, man. It rose from the dead.
Oh, wow.
What's your take on all this, love? I mean, is this interesting to you?
Well, yeah. Well, I wish we could harness their story making into like making an anime or something, because
Right.
all
That'd
this
be
kind of sounds
sick,
kind of cool,
bro.
you know.
That would be a sick
Yeah,
anime.
Like an old ruler comes back and like elects a king, and something happens. You know, this sounds kind of cool.
Sick manga. JFK Jr. rides tonight at 1:30 a.m. Here's another one. You know. JFK Jr. has been dead 22 years. Yeah, even if it was true and he came back, it just doesn't make sense. You'd be like, yes, I faked my death. I'm here to declare Trump is king. It's like, okay. By what power?
Oh, Jesus.
You know, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Some of them also believe that, again, some want him to be king. Some are he's just going to be reinstated as president. My favorite is a lot of them think that he's going to be reinstated as the 18th president of the United States.
Right, I heard that theory.
Because some of them believe that any U.S. law passed after 1871 is unconstitutional, and therefore,
something about the Civil War was unconstitutional, and on a technicality, they're bringing him back.
Right.
He's taking over for Grant.
It's a technicality. They got him on it. Let's see. Here's a reporter gathering the night before the resurrection. Golly. These are all QAnon people. There's currently a large crowd of what appears to be QAnon believers at AT&T Discovery Plaza in downtown Dallas. Popular QAnon theory recently is that JFK Jr. of the Kennedy family will be making a big announcement. Big announcement? That motherfucker's dead. 22 years. They're here waiting for a dead man to give a speech. Didn't happen. Okay, let's go to the let's go to the Knoll.
Right.
Here's another great facet. So part of the theory is that this QAnon guy is JFK Jr. Okay? He's a real guy, a real QAnon guy, and he will not confirm nor deny these rumors.
Right.
So I think he's even gotten to his head like, that's right, I am JFK Jr. So this fucking guy who goes to QAnon rallies, this is him, and he accepts it. That's my favorite part. You know, he wasn't like, no, I'm not JFK Jr. He's like, maybe I am JFK Jr.
Or he just loves the attention.
Look at that. No, he listen to this. Here he is. The king.
I love that he just looks
King of Kings.
nothing like JFK Jr. too. Like it's like not.
What do you mean, dude? How can you say that?
Passing resemblance.
How can you say that?
It's awesome.
He looks more like Gallagher than fucking JFK Jr.
It doesn't appear that Vincent has ever denied it. In fact, here he is tweeting about it. Vincent, he said, "Conquer darkness." Vincent Fusca, that's his name, and hashtag Q. Who killed JFK?
The very word secrecy is
Yeah. Anyway, he's basically. But what's interesting about Vincent Fusca's Twitter account? Here's his last tweet. Notice the date. What's the date of his last tweet? January 6th.
Huh. I wonder if anything happened.
That
on day.
motherfucker is in jail. His last tweet was January 6th when the Capitol riots happened. How amazing is that?
So do you want another detail that really just drives home how insane and out of control this whole thing has become? And again, why
More than everything we just watched?
Yes, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So on 8chan, this was back in 2018, somebody directly asked them, is JFK Jr. alive? And Q, the person, the anonymous person behind
This
all
is
of this,
Q.
This is Q, said no.
They're like, nah.
Literally. And they were like, look, this guy explains it in the tweet. Despite the fact that Q has directly and clearly stated that JFK Jr. is not alive, Kelly Ann, who was one of the people at this thing, will continue to believe that JFK Jr. is alive. She justifies this because disinformation is necessary.
Yo, I love it. They'll rationalize anything.
Whatever it
even
is.
from Q, their guy, he's lying to us to distract.
Right.
Crazy, man. It's awesome. Yeah, here's Vincent Fusca, the guy that thinks JFK, tweeted out a picture of JFK. True North. It's awesome.
He's got to be loving this. Imagine if you're just some fucking random dude.
No, but I think he actually starting to really believe.
You think
he's
he's
in
on
QAnon. He's like, I am JFK Jr.
Maybe.
QAnon supporters randomly began to pick out random people they encountered in Dallas and started asking if they were celebrities in disguise who faked their death to avoid the deep state.
Yeah.
Someone claimed Robin Williams was there, and another one claimed Richard Pryor was there.
I don't know what the connection that any of these people have to any of this. No celebrities ever die. They're all still alive, and they're all And they're all Trump supporters, I
A
guess.
Q follower made a 29-part YouTube series called JFK Jr. Lives. The series is ongoing. Each video is between half an hour to 2.5 hours in length. I didn't add up, but that's got to be around 60 hours of content just on.
Which we went to this channel. It's been deleted, unfortunately. This
A
content.
lot of views, though. Like, look at this. Like, I'm just to tell you, these are 2-hour fucking shit posts. 30,000, 45,000, 30,000, 30,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's sad. These people.
Look at
here.
this. Look at the times.
Oh, here's an excerpt.
Yeah, it's a little like.
It's awesome. Here's the Q researcher decoding the timestamp and ID of a post by Q.
Stamp. Just happens to be the 23rd hour, right? And then the 14, the number 14, I read that as 7 and 7, so a 007, 007, right? Isn't that kind of like James
rules.
Bond?
That is kind of like James Bond.
007,
Wait,
kind of
hold
like
on.
the undercover
She's making
spy.
it.
Sense right now.
So there's a little bit of a clue there. That's kind of how I read that. The 5-5, the 55 is the 5-5. We see that a lot in the Q drops. I think that means part of the meaning of that is just, I hear you, I see you, I'm understanding the comms, okay? But get this, look at the ID. 17, there's our Q again, and look at this,
Q's the 17th
AAA.
letter of the alphabet.
Like 3 exclamation points, like Q and A. There it is, right?
How the fuck did she get 007? It's 23, 14, 55.
Because Ethan, were you even paying
wait,
attention?
Come on. Wait,
Are you fucking serious?
Okay, so she's dividing the 14 by 2.
7 plus 7, 2 7s, 7, 007.
And then what is the 23 doing?
Well, I think it's the fact that
23,
because there was 2 23s.
007. How the
Yeah.
fuck? And then I love how she puts a O in front of the 7 for no reason. Because she's saying 14 divided by 2.
Well, because it's a timestamp, and timestamps always have 2 digits, and it's 7 07 plus 07.
Why'd she put it to?
I mean that adds up. She's right. 07
Right?
plus 07
On
is
ours
14.
first initial post.
Wouldn't it be 014?
No, because then that's a third digit, and you don't have 3 digits.
So, you just kind of you have to look at this stuff,
Yeah,
and it
that's
just
true.
ties right in. I think it's just amazing. And then, of course, we read this on the main board, and a lot of us were just kind of blown
She
away.
sounds like when someone
And in our
doesn't do
guts,
the
we just knew
reading
it to be
for
true.
English.
Right, and they're
They're
doing like a book
obviously
report.
we read this and it was great.
and they're bullshitting their way through a presentation.
And this person said that because I think that maybe they love the other person a little bit too much.
Catcher in the Rye is about a catcher in the rye.
There's another clip.
Notice I'm anonymous. See that? It says you right there, but that's because it's me looking at it, right? Whenever I see my own stuff I post, it'll tell you. But everybody else just sees anonymous,
This
right?
lady should not be on 8chan or 4chan. I mean, this lady, the problem is that this woman belongs on Facebook. They've gone way too deep in the internet and they've lost their fucking minds.
yeah.
These are boomers who are being fucked with by people on 4chan and 8chan, and as a result, their brains have melted.
Right? So let's go over to the board. I'm going to show you
God.
what I'm talking about. So here is the
that her
Q
desktop?
drop.
I think
The
that was
actual
her.
drop. Here's the number, right? He was responding to this anon where it says, hey, Q, does P equal passeur? When do we start seeing the pain? Where we go one, we go all magna, right? So he said, he clicked on that guy's number, that gal's number, and said, yes, that's P. So look, so everyone starts responding. These are just kind of some of the responses, right?
Right.
They're just responding. Tons of them, right? Notice they're all anonymous. See the anonymous? See the green anonymous? This is very important for you to understand. People are commenting as anonymous. Nobody's saying anybody's name. Nobody knows who anybody is. We're all anonymous.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? This clip from the 11th video series, Learn Our Comms, and at QAnon believer Kelly Ann Hub News explains why she believes that Q endorsed an 8chan poster known as R.
Watch this. Well.
God, not the
Looky
numbers.
here. What do we got? We have Q. Look at this. Look at the top. There's Q. There is his trip code. And what is he doing? Do you see this? 1, 2, 4, 2, 6, 8, 2? Right? Well, gee, where did we just see that? 8, 2 was the ending of it. Oh, well, looky here. What is the end?
Bro, I can't do this. Yeah, but just imagine watching a 2-hour video of that, and people were in. So I guess shout out to the community. Other Q theories via Telegram. Telegram is an app similar to WhatsApp that follows kind of the same theory of like pedophiles and white supremacists, I think. Mm-hmm. It's like one of those off-brand WhatsApp for just freaks. Lots of conservative and Q people use it for communication. One Telegram user has offered another theory that JFK, JFK Jr., and Jacqueline Kennedy will all appear. And after which JFK will tour the world for 7 days, transfer the presidency back to
this
Trump.
Is what I was talking about, right?
Okay, so he's transferring the presidency back to Trump, and then he will die.
Again, his head will spontaneously explode out of the back of the skull again.
Like a
Scene
Black
from
Widow
Scanners.
after giving her, like, you know, my job here is done. Another Telegram user has been promising that the forthcoming event will involve Trump being reinstated as the 18th president of the United States.
Hell yeah.
He will then step down and appoint JFK Jr. as the president and disgrace National Security Advisor Michael Flynn as vice president.
Why Michael Flynn? Well, because I guess I do know the answer to that, because Michael Flynn has fully embraced the QAnon thing.
There you go.
He's making a lot of money off of them. So.
Just a little update, yeah, and especially because, you know, we don't have leftovers, so I got to get my fix.
Yeah.
But it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty interesting. Pretty scary.
It's pretty scary.
disturbing.
Pretty scary. I mean, it's 1,000 people. You know, there's a lot. But
dude, that's like
300
people
million
who
people.
came from all around the country.
No, I know it's definitely scary, but I don't know. I do think that the QAnon thing has lost a lot of momentum because they made the mistake that all bad cult leaders make, which is to make specific predictions. You always have to stay vague, because as soon as you start putting dates on stuff and then it doesn't come true, you lose people. And so, you know, it over and over again, they were like, on this day, it's happening. Hillary Clinton is going to be shot in the fucking face on national television. For sure. It's happening at this exact time on this day. And then if that doesn't happen, and it's like, yeah, they immediately pivot and start talking about something else. But every time that happens, they shed some more and more people. So
yeah, there was a huge, big Q disillusionment on the storm was supposed to happen. But what's their explanation this time for why JFK Jr. didn't rise from the dead and ornate Donald Trump, the King of Kings?
They don't need to bother with an explanation.
No, there's always a story.
Well, it may have something to do with the. I did see. I don't know how often they can use this excuse, but at some point they were explaining like, I apologize, we got the date wrong. And the reason we got the date wrong is it's actually going by the Julian calendar, you know, like the ancient
that's
Roman
classic cult shit.
And it is classic cult shit. That's what all the doomsday people.
Bro.
Wrong calendar. But there's only so many other calendars you can skip over to before you run out of calendars too. So I don't know how long.
I was using the Mayan calendar.
Right, exactly. Oh,
I must use the Gregorian Roman calendar.
So, yeah. And like I said, it's splintered hardcore too. There's like tons of subgroups. In fact, I saw that there was a lot of QAnon people that were mad at all these people in Dallas because it makes them look stupid, which is really ironic because let's be honest, they all look stupid anyways. But you know, they're somehow self-aware enough to be like, you guys are making us look like fools. Stop doing this. So,
how much time was